Good morning, Flosstube. How are you this morning? This is Darlene from Darlene Dion Designs, here for Flossmas number 8. Today is December 8th, 2025, and we have a special guest. This is Emmett. If you're new here, someone asked me yesterday if I could show Emmett, and so I decided I would do that. Right, Emmett? Right? So Emmett is a rescue. He is a Chiweenie, which means he's part Dachshund and part Chihuahua. But from the looks of him, he's more Dachshund than Chihuahua. Anyway, he is a pretty shy little guy. We've had him for a year and 9 months, or 8 months, I guess. And he came from a hoarding situation, which means he was living with 30 other little dogs or other dogs. We don't really know any more details than that. But anyway, he is timid, but so much better than what he was when we first got him. He's trembling right now. But he is a snuggler. He loves to snuggle. And at first, he really didn't want anything to do with my husband. He was scared of him. We can imagine why. It's who knows what his life was like. But now he's much more comfortable with him. He will spend the evening on the couch snuggled up with him. So that's really nice. He loves my daughter and her husband. And he loves kids, and he loves both of my kids have dogs. So when Keith's family comes, they bring a dog, and he loves that. And when BJ comes, she brings a dog, or actually Keith brings 2 dogs. So yeah, he's really content and happy with that. So right, buddy. Anyway, I just wanted to show him and let you all know how Emmett's doing. So he's a happy little guy. Anyway, so you say bye. Mom will put you down. Okay. Say bye. Yeah, if you're new here, I am Darlene Dion Designs, and I design and sell cross-stitch and quilting patterns in my Etsy shop, and in some local needle workshops you would find my cross-stitch. So if you're interested in that, just ask your shop, and they should be able to contact me, and I can put them in touch with the right people. Weather. We had snow overnight. Not a huge amount, but the wind is crazy, and it is whiteout conditions, kind of blizzardy, but it's not snowing hard. It's just whiteouts. I'm surprised there was school. And if they don't cancel early, I'll be surprised at that. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty, but it's pretty blustery. Sometimes you can't see across the road. So I have a funeral to go to this afternoon to help in the kitchen for the reception. Local lady here from our church passed away last week, and so I'm going to help with that. And I got my tree up last night. Got my tree trimmed last night. I was so excited to have it done. I'm going to show you that. I've got all of my regular Advent Day or Flossmas Day things, and we'll get started. My hubby is home because of the weather, and he's working on our Christmas presents, the renos. So I still didn't get my iPad to work, so I'm going to use my they call this laptop today, if I can get everything. See, I tapped the screen like I was on the iPad. Silly woman. Okay, here's my Christmas tree. This is my big tree in my living room, and it's mostly trimmed in cream, gold, and red, but there are other colors in there. My sentimental ornaments that I would never not put on. Like I have pink, that was BJ's first Christmas ornament, and a brown teddy bear, that's Keith's first Christmas ornament, and a blue one for Keith's first Christmas, and Lots of other colors, but mostly red and cream and gold. Silver, yeah. I just love it. Anyway, now I wanted to show you the puzzle. This is my Advent puzzle. So that is 7 days in. So 6 days across the top. And now I've added the 7th day on the side. And I will do the 8th one later today. Really enjoying that. And then, if you're new, I am stitching a Advent stitch with Anna_Gutova_cross stitch on Instagram. She actually posts the charts right there on Instagram. I think you can get a PDF too. And so I wasn't able to show you that yesterday, so I'll show you yesterday's. There's that. Isn't it pretty? Oh my goodness, I love it so much. And you see there I'm using Classic Colorworks Ribbon Red. And I'm stitching it on 36 count Velt. And then day 7. Oh, come on. So there's that. So I would say it's coming around like a wreath. I'm not sure if it will make the full circle, but that's kind of where it looks like maybe it's heading. And I love it. Really, really, really pleased that I decided to do that. Yeah, so the whip I wanted to show you is also a PDF, and I wanted to show you the full chart. It's kind of a whip and it's not a whip. So it's a 3-piece from Waxing Moon Designs, and I have this one done, and then these 2 are left to do. So it's kind of a whip. So I'm going to show you that one that I've got finished. And I'm stitching them on 36 count, 28 count. No, 32 count Steinbeck, 2/2. And that is my first piece. So the first one is done. And I've kind of been putting off starting the second one because I'm using 2/2, and I don't love that, but I do want to finish them anyway. So I thought about finishing them smaller. I'm going to display them together in a basket. So I probably won't finish them smaller, but I really love how it looks and how pretty it is. So we'll see. I should just suck it up and get it started. Don't you think? Okay. Oh, I could have showed you the whip instead of showing you the picture. I took the picture to share it on my mystery. I mean, I could have, which way is up? This is the way. So, yeah, I took the picture to post it on my Instagram. So that's the actual piece. I had a little haul that had come in the mail, and I have some things that were Christmas gifts for my sister, so I'm not going to show them, although I don't think she watches this. But and then I had 2 charts. I didn't bring them in. I had the last 2 charts that I needed for the Anniversaries of the Heart piece from Blackbird Design. So I will show them another time. But I got this Prairie Schooler, a Merry Mini Surprise. And this is number 215. Oh, they're just so darn cute, those little Santas. They're different sizes. So anyway, I will enjoy stitching them. All the other Prairie Schoolers I've done are the yearly ones. And they're all the same size, or very close to the same size. So these ones are smaller, so that'll be fun. Anyway, so that's that. And then I wanted to say again how much I appreciate you all supporting my Etsy shop. I've had a really, really great weekend of sales, and yeah, it certainly boosts your creative spirit, I guess, when you realize that people are liking what you're doing. And yeah, I'm really, really happy. So yesterday I showed you that I had a new chart, which was White Christmas, and thank you to those who have purchased. I hope you enjoy stitching it. And today, yesterday's 50% off piece was Silent Night. And then today's 50% off. And I meant to show, on Saturday, I did a quilt and a cross stitch pattern for 50% off. And I meant to do that yesterday and forgot. So I'm going to do that today. So today's 50% off cross stitch piece is Winter Spool. So this is a cute little guy. He stitches up fairly quickly. I did not put strands across the spool, but you easily could run a few after you've got that stitched. You actually easily could run a few strands across back and forth. So I probably could get that in there even yet, but I probably won't bother. And when I designed this, I planned on doing one for each season, but I just haven't yet. So I love his scarf. Anyway, Winter Spool, that is 50% off. As soon as I get this uploaded, I will go into the Etsy and add that for 50% off. And I just finished it on a piece of, oh, I got some lint on there. On a piece of mat board and a piece of foam board with fabric. So pretty simple finish. And then my quilt, 50% off quilt for today is Frosty's Ride. So this was a lot of fun to make. I made it a few years ago when the red truck craze started, and is still going. And so it has pieced stars around the outside, and then it has wool applique in the center. But I have friends that have done it all in cotton too, so you wouldn't have to use wool if you're not interested in that. And I love his license plate that says ho ho ho. And I love his garland hanging on the back of his truck. That's just simple long stitches, easy to do. Same with the fringe on his scarf. So anyway, that is 50% off today too. Okay, I think that's it for me today. Oh no, I have one more whip I wanted to show you. I showed you this the other day, that it was one of my Christmas whips. This one right here. And I worked on that a little bit last night. So I just wanted to, because most of my stitching has been on the mystery. I'm just getting rid of a thread here. So I got a little bit more done on that. So when I showed it to you last week, all that I had done was the white on the hat and most of the red on the hat. So I finished the red, and now I've started the rim on the hat. So anyway, they are so much fun. I love them. So that's it for today. Flosstubes, Flossmas's. I've been watching, who did I watch yesterday? I watched Lee Creatively with her tea and her spices. I watched Mama Loves You GB. I watched Off the Grid Needle Arts. I watched Patty from Newfoundland for Boys and an Owl Girl. I watched Kathy's Quilts and Stitches. She's on a Jingle Ball weekend with a friend in like a Airbnb, and they're having a good time. Yeah, you can tell they're having a great time. I thought that was a good idea to spend the weekend with a friend for the Jingle Ball. That would be fun. I don't know if there was anyone else or not. Anyway, I'm enjoying them all, those that I'm watching very much. So I try to get them watched. If they have posted in the morning, I try to watch now. No, I haven't watched Mama Loves You GB this morning. I'll watch that in a little bit. But anyway, I have read the second story in my Advent book that my sister gave me. I should have brought that in here to show you. And that story is a Louisa May Alcott story called... Can't remember. I'll have to tell you about that next time. And I also started an audio book about the traditions of Christmas, and that's really interesting. The foreword or the introduction is all about Christmas, why it's on December 25th, and why it was started, and how Christmas celebrations were very pagan at first, and how they banned them in some countries because they were such a rough and rowdy celebration, and most of them weren't about Christ at all. So anyway, that's really interesting. And then the first chapter is about Advent, what Advent is and why we celebrate it and all that. So it's really interesting. I'm enjoying it. So I will try to get a picture of that audiobook to show you that tomorrow too. I'll make a note of that. So anyway, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So another Christmas book I read recently was Mary Andrews Tyler, maybe, is that? Mary Kay Andrews. And it was called The Santa Suit, I think. That was a really good one. I don't read a lot of Christmas stories. I used to. But I usually just read whatever comes up available in my Libby app. And so by the time I think to request Christmas ones, they never get here at Christmas. They're always a wait. There is one that I'm hoping is going to, by chance, become available a little earlier than what it said. And so I will read that one or listen to that one if it comes up. So anyway, I love to read, or I love to listen. I used to read faithfully, but I found mostly I was reading at night when I'd go to bed and I'd fall asleep. Book fall on my face. Anyway, so somebody suggested I try audio, and I fought it for a long time. But then 2 years ago in January, I just decided to give it a whirl, and I was hooked because I love that I can do it when I'm driving. I love that I can listen when I'm sewing, when I'm stitching. I just love it. I would much rather do that than watch TV. So really the only TV I watch during the day is Flosstube, and I listen to audiobooks. So yeah, it's very enjoyable. So yeah, I will, if I read any more Christmas ones, I will be sure to let you know. I know like Stitchy Sarah reads, she does books. You know, she adds books to her Flosstube. Somebody else that I watch does too. The New Hampshire Stitcher, but she hasn't posted lately. She shows books. Yeah, so I could add that. What do you think? Tell me if you're interested in book recommendations or books that I've read. Let me know. I would maybe add that to my Flosstubes. So anyway, again, I'm going to say that's it for me today. Yeah, a little bit more decorating for me today, and probably some stitching and some funeral. Not what I want to do, but there you go. I hope you have a great day. I hope the weather is nice where you are and that you don't have to be out in bad weather. And I hope you get to stitch. See you. Bye.